pleasure houses. This feels like... This feels like Game of Thrones. I forgot what it's called for Game of Thrones. I'm having a blank moment. Oh, Jill's getting jealous.
Cheer up, you two.
Hey YouTubers, this is me, BeevDawg, and welcome to Dawg Flix Part 14. That's right YouTubers, this is for Final Fantasy XVI, and we are heading in such a direction. Our mission is to go to the main capital, Oriflamme, and destroy the main mother crystal that's granted everyone magical powers. However, it's also responsible for the blight and is killing the whole world off. We've seen what the blight looks like. It just, over time, takes nature and turns anything into ash, and it's spreading across the land. YouTubers, in order to get to Oriflamme, the capital, first have to stop by Northreach, which is sort of on the way. Now, there's a dame that Otto's put us in touch with at Northreach where we can sneak in, not draw any attention to ourselves, because we are heading to the capital and the Imperial army. There's heavy amounts of Imperial soldiers going up to the capital. So YouTubers, let's go down to Northreach and meet this dame who runs a brothel, which I don't mind going to pay a visit at. And YouTubers, let's get horny and charged. This is Dawg Flix on the PS5. Okay YouTubers, Northreach is just there on the horizon. That's where we're meeting Clive, Jill. Let's go and have a look.
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel, but that was north of the checkpoint. I hope the dame has friends in the south.
Fresh fish, hauled from the Sea of Grace this morning. You there?
Right, nice little market. Oh, hello, is this the dame that we were talking about?
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
She's not as pretty as Jill.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Cid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
Absolutely.
You can trust me, yes, but why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Cid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested, unless...
Unless...
Unless, of
Get to
course,
the point.
his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
Does she want to, like,
You say
bonk
these
me
are
or
all from
something?
Dalmatia?
Are you gonna buy something or
mean-
not?
She's not bad. But women in this business, you know.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Is this gonna get me in a
Madame.
brothel?
Back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi,
They all off
hold
to
up.
brothel.
Another
Yeah?
fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
I'd really want to spit on him.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad. They might have recognized me.
But they didn't. And even if they had, they wouldn't have done anything about it. The gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers. We have an arrangement. As do you and I. Now, if you'd care to follow me, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Looks like she went
And
with
if
Cid.
anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the
My
Vale.
darling. Full of girls and hot sex.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Cid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Cid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question,
Big favors.
I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this. Proof of that trust.
Right, okay.
And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face of yours. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon. If you find anything, ask for me there.
I should probably start here.
Ask around for Tatienne. What a name.
You wear the dame's brooch. She must trust you.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues. A woman by the name of Tatienne.
She's still missing then. Oh, if only I'd comforted her.
You saw her before she disappeared.
The day before, she was in tears. She'd lost her comb, a gift from the dame. It wasn't anything fancy, but you could tell it meant the world to her. You see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother, as do we all.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. But perhaps someone else did. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there, sitting by the pond.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
Something to go on.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered before the real work begins later on tonight.
I'm
What
told
real
you share a
work?
bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she say anything to you before?
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly who she meant.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights with anyone else who tried to buy her time. Followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first, but it didn't take long for her to get scared. She thought about saying something. But the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison. Did you ever see him?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this.
Very, very helpful
Find him.
indeed.
And you'll find her.
A man from the garrison.
Sounds like an obsessive creep.
Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
Heard the bones fell favourably. To the Vale?
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors will be barred to us for good.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick. I haven't seen him around lately, though.
On account of him being in Moor. Yeah, Yannick left a few days back. Said he had dealings with a merchant there.
The dame thanks you. Moor is the last village on the road to
Yeah,
Oriflamme.
you fuck off.
I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Yeah, okay, here's the place. There's Isabel.
Clive, tell me you bear good tidings.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne,
Into
you
the
could have
point.
told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village of Moor. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there. Though that wouldn't explain his continued absence.
And you plan on traveling to Moor to ascertain the truth?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. The people of Moor are rather set in their ways. You'll find they have little love for bearers, and they will not hesitate to report one such as you to the constabulary. There is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. More than one, in fact. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the stables. Tell him I sent you.
I shall return as soon as I find something.
Sounds like we're getting into some more trouble. Nothing a sod or two can't fix. Let's go.
Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
Okay, so we're at the stables. Let's find this
If the people
guy.
of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon.
You don't think he's a deserter, do you?
Look at him using magic to like drive floors and stuff. Here he is.
Are you Bertrand?
Bertrand.
The dame sent me.
Bertrand.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is rumored to have come here to meet with a trader.
Many traders stop to peddle their wares on their way to the capital, but only one's been seen quarreling with a soldier.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got tired of shouting, from what I hear. If you seek him out,
Sounds like an
keep your
asshole.
head down. Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help him. And that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Yeah, it's the merchant. Hello, Mr.
What's
Merchant.
this? A branded? Where's your master? Must I call for the constable?
I come to you from Northreach, at the behest of the dame. Perhaps you've heard of her.
Why, of course I have. I am the good lady's servant.
Tone's changed.
What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with a soldier some few days ago. A soldier with a scar over his eye.
Yes, that's right. He had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said he wanted to trade it for a newer one. But old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. Nevertheless, he insisted that it was of great value and was quite vehement about my appraisal. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster, he still purchased a new comb, albeit an inexpensive one.
And do you know where he went after that?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound, but as it happens, this one did. Yonder ruins, strange as it may sound.
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything for the dame. Anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you, that I was helpful. I mean, most helpful.
Where the hell are these ruins? Nearby, yeah. Let's go there.
It smells of death here, Torgal.
Ah. Death and fiends. I think it's time for YouTubers. Some new Ifrit sword powers. Check these out. Yeah. Come on, you burn bitches. See some dead ones. Feel lovely. Ooh, little bitches. And time for some overdrive power. I'm just getting more and more powerful. Look at him go. Feel that. Yeah. That's it. Feel the burn.
Damn it all. Bodies.
Is that her? seen some fiends.
Well, the wolves have been
Is that the
busy,
soldier, and that's her.
but the blood is long dry.
And that's the comb.
So it is you, Tatienne.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to see every
Who's
night.
that?
He said her name was Tatienne.
You. Did you follow me?
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to. But no. I was sent to find Yannick. By the looks of things, I have.
We both found who we were searching for.
Nah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand the thought of his woman with someone else. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. Tells the garrison he's gonna find the man and kill him. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to more for some dealings and doesn't come back.
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
If only Yannick had bothered to ask, eh? He might not be rotting on a hill.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd wed.
Wed? Where would they have gone?
Really?
Certainly not back to Northreach with a dame waiting. And we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for her loss. When the lads come to collect Yannick's body, I'll see that Tatienne is delivered to the Vale.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against us. Speaking of which, I saw her in Moor just now. Could you tell her what happened? Might sound better coming from you.
We're back in Moor. These crystals. Jesus, it's like... Well, it's like having technology, but magic, isn't it?
If it was a message...
Here we are.
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found her then?
She's dead.
I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Give it a come.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Not to mention the same thing.
I think when you knew this.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will.
That means that the path for us...
And
will
thank
be
you
quiet.
again.
Okay, YouTubers, we've arrived at this abandoned chapel. This is where we're meeting Cid. And if you peel your eyes, the capital is just over there. have a look around.
Any trouble on the
There
way?
he is.
None worth mentioning.
As I was telling Jill, it's worse than I thought. The capital's crawling with soldiers.
And here I
Thought
am,
they all matched
a
out.
deserter come home.
Which is why we'll be taking the back door.
There's the capital. The pleasure houses. This feels like Game of Thrones. I forgot what it's called Game of Thrones. Having a black moment. Oh, Jill's getting jealous.
Cheer up, you two. Can't think of a safer place in the Empire than a... brothel.
Really? Doesn't seem very private.
So then, how do we proceed?
We'll be
King's
using the
Landing.
glass gate.
It's just clicked.
Tonight,
It's
just
like
after
King's
sunset.
Landing.
Where the shards are loaded for transport. That is one of the most heavily guarded points in all of Sambrek.
But not the most, which is a start. Besides, I know a shortcut straight to the heart.
A shortcut. And how exactly did you come to know about this fatal chink in the Empire's armor?
Let's just say I may have attempted something similar before. And may have ended up running for dear life after being discovered by Bahamut, but that's not important.
Cid, if the Mother Crystals truly are the cause of the Blight,
If you wound me, Jill.
what I'm trying to say is, if the powers that be know all of this, why do they sit idle and allow it to continue?
In case you haven't noticed, the God-fearing people of this realm and their pious leaders care for but one thing, themselves. And they'll do
Exactly,
whatever it
agreed.
takes to hold on to power. The rest of us are just a means to an end. The moment you raise your voice against them, you're decried as an outlaw, clapped in irons and slung in a cell to rot.
An outlaw.
Whoever controls the crystals controls the realm. But our kind can wield magic without them. To our rulers, we must seem the most convenient of tools, and the most dangerous.
But what makes them think they have the right to use us? To leave us to die when our bodies are spent?
Does a nobleman weep for a broken mug? A torn tunic? Our fate means nothing to them. No, this isn't a battle you can win with words. Believe me, I've tried, but nothing ever gets through. The world is simply not ready to listen. So to hell with talking. If they won't give us a say, we'll decide our fates another way. You can't blame a man for wanting to bring an end to all this, can you?
I can't. But what of all the people you mean to rob of their comforts? Are you happy for them to call you outlaw?
Cid the Outlaw. Aye, that'll do me.
You might at least pretend to take this seriously.
Have a little faith, Jill. Even if you don't think much of my choice of digs. It means my deeds will be remembered. I'll gladly play the role of villain. But first, we have a gate to crash. And once we're in, there'll be no turning back. So you best make ready. The world won't save itself.
Okay, YouTubers, we are just going to stop right there after a bit more running around and questing, because Isabel, the dame, has got us in through Northreach without drawing any attention to herself. So running round Isabel and repaying the favour, and now we finally met up with Cid and Jill again, and we've snuck into the capital, Oriflamme. Can't really judge Cid's choice for a good hideout. She's a brothel, can't complain, and with all the sounds, it's just really funny because Jill's like sat there in the corner, like looking up, and every time that Clive looks at women, she's like tutting and hutting, and oh god, there's something that's going to develop right there between Jill and Clive. It's just so much like King's Landing as well, with the brothels and the capital. I've said it so many times, but it just takes me back to such an amazing TV series, yet such a game series as well. YouTubers, down in the comments below, are you looking forward for us making it to Torgal to destroy the Mother Crystal in the next chapter? Comment all that good stuff. Now YouTubers, if you're on the market for your own copy of Final Fantasy XVI, there is an affiliate link down in the description below which you can click on if you want to purchase your own copy. You would be helping this channel out massively. However, if you just want to combine the channel for free, there are socials out there which you can pick up anything from Final Fantasy XVI. And YouTubers, I'm your host for Dawg Flix as always.